Okay, cool. So this is the Sony Ericsson Xperia X1, the silver version of it, as you can see. If we just work around the device, we've got the power button on the top and the 3.5mm jack. We've got the stylus here, which is very long and thin, but at least it's not one of those telescopic jollies. We have the micro mini USB slot, sorry. Nothing really going on the bottom except a lanyard loop, so you can hang it around your neck like a Hong Kong teenager. We have a button there for the camera and a volume up and down button here. On the back we have the 3.2 megapixel camera with the flash, the battery door of course, and the Sony Ericsson logo. And on the front we have the camera, which is completely tiny, a light sensor I believe that is, and the 800x480 WVGA 3.2-inch screen. We have left and right soft keys, the cool keys, and hold that one to lock. There's a little key on there, and the panel button, the OK button, and this is kind of a conventional D-pad, but I believe that also works as an optical joystick, which you'll be quite familiar with if you've used the Omnia or the i780. If we slide it open, you can see this one's got the QWERTZ layout, and obviously it'll be QWERTY on UK devices. We've got a dedicated Windows key and a dedicated OK key, which will be a welcome addition for people who've got a Touch Pro, which is missing those keys. Get your function key there for the numeric keypad, etc. And as you can see, it's a kind of curved slider, and they call it the arc slider. And it's a spring-assisted slider, much like we see on a lot of the HTC devices. Very smooth. And just looking at the screen rotation there. It's not super speedy. I don't believe this is production software, so we have to bear that in mind. If we hit the panels button, you can see this panel here has got kind of shortcuts and favourites and world clock and that kind of stuff. Let's see what we've got installed on here. There we go, so we've got the one that they like to demonstrate, which is kind of the swimming fish with the clock thing, which is quite smart. The Xperia does have a graphics accelerator on board, so you expect to see that nice and smooth, which as you can see it is. Time needs to be put right on this because I'm not doing this at 6:25 in the morning. Get that again. What have we got here? That one looks like a calendar based one with a kind of brushed metal finish to kind of match the device. That's quite good. This is extensible of course, and the SDK for the X1 panels interface is on the Sony Ericsson site. What's kind of interesting, it was clarified today that the panels interface will be unique to Sony Ericsson and won't be available on other devices. Some people reported. He's kind of bouncing around as I'm kind of not doing anything there. That one's a Google one, so if you, at a pub quiz, you select this one and quickly hammer away and get your Google search straight away, and you've got Gmail, Maps, photos, all that kind of thing there. And this one is supposed to be a replica basically of the normal Sony Ericsson user interface that you get on the feature phones for viewing pictures, music and all that kind of stuff. Won't go into that too much because it's not my device, and who knows what kind of pictures we'll find on there. That looks like a media player or radio, not entirely sure. Could be either. Got button here. There you go. Kind of, you can flick through them like so. There you go. We've just selected there's a standard Windows Mobile home screen. In the webcast, it was demoed. The SPB shell is already running as an Xperia panel, so that's quite neat, really. Programs-wise, let's look at what we've got in here. Obviously, some stuff's been installed by the user, but Handango in Hand is kind of shipped on a device, which is a kind of Windows Mobile poor man's version of the App Store, so you can get apps directly to the device. Esmotech Java, as we can see there. Opera Browser in ROM. It's not clear yet whether that includes flashlight support for things like YouTube. You kind of got the impression that might be coming along at a later date. One thing, regardless of the speed of rotation, you flicking through these tabs, it does seem pretty quick, and this is quite laggy on some devices. So, and the screen, of course, is quite glorious. Illumination here. This lets you set up custom illuminations or turn on the illuminations for different events. I don't know if we'll be able to catch this on a video, but there's LEDs kind of along this edge. And there you go, you can see they kind of flashed orange for that one. Let's see. There you go, nice pink one. So you should be able to kind of, without waking up the phone at a glance, be able to see.
On the other side.
Is it on the other side as well? Oh yeah, there we go. That's cool. That one's called the Night Rider look. That's pretty cool, because if there's one thing I quite like about the Diamond, is that it has that custom notification thing around the D-pad, so you can look and see you got a new SMS, you know, without waking up the device. And this has kind of a very similar feature. What else is worth looking at? Let's just fire up the camera. There we go. So again, I guess this is based very much on what you get on a Sony Ericsson feature phone. Portrait, landscape, all those kind of usual modes. So we got here.
Yeah, sure. I'm afraid you need to ring
Focus.
Number
Light, i.e. the kind of flash type thing. Multi-shot modes. Doesn't seem to be a huge number of options, to be honest. What else we got? Pitch size, pitch quality. Video size VGA, so it takes VGA video, which is of course a major benefit over all the HTC devices at the moment, which can only take QVGA. So quality of that we can't really test now, so it remains to be seen, but at least having the option there is a bonus. I think we've got the rest of it pretty much covered actually.
Memory card.
Oh yeah, it does wake up when you open it, which is kind of nice. HSDPA of course. How do you get the battery cover off that?
Pop
these things at the side?
Yeah, both sides.
Yeah, there we go. So it's a 1500 milliamp hour battery, and the micro SD slot is below the battery cover, but you don't need to take the battery out in order to get to it.
Is it micro SD?
It is micro SD, yeah.
Not M2.
Nope, micro SD, which is nice. Yeah, and taking the back cover off doesn't kill the device. So. Okay, cool. And I think that's about it.